Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go.
Welcome to Disabled Podcast, where we talk about music, sports, and culture. I'm your host, Eli, co-host Fredy through Zoom. What's going on, Fredy?
What's up? How we doing? We're live from the streets of New York, a random park.
Yes, you were outside. You were outside.
Yes, I'm outside, and it's getting cold, bro. I don't like this weather. I just want to be in the beach with a pina colada in my hand and live there for the rest of my life.
You got a few weeks before you go back out overseas or in Colombia. So
yeah, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's not the same. Like I have responsibilities too. You know?
I feel you.
I'm talking about like no responsibilities, and I could just live on the beach.
True. I feel you. I see what you're saying.
But the winter is coming, bro. The winter is coming.
Yeah, my favorite season of the year. It is coming soon. Other than that, I've been good watching these baseball games, watching these NFL games. It's getting exciting.
Honestly, I've been watching way more baseball than I have football.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's because of the New York teams that's in it.
Yeah, exactly. Because last year I wasn't watching as much as I am now. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man. All right, let's get into it then. MLB news. The Mets and Dodgers tied their series 1-1.
Yes, let's go.
I saw game 2. Somebody hit the grand. Who hit the grand slam last game in game 2 for the Mets?
Mark Vientos, 24-year-old prospect from the Mets.
Okay.
He had a funny year. So when he got called up last year sometime, for like garbage time.
Right.
And he got sent down at the end. He didn't make the team spring training.
Okay.
And they called him up in the middle of like July because one of the players was out due to maternity leave. Mm-hmm. So they called him up. He hit a walk-off home run the day they called him up, and the next day they sent him right back down.
Wow.
And then, it's crazy. It's crazy how this business works. You hit a walk-off, and then they send you right back down, but he didn't complain. He didn't cry about it. He stood his extra few weeks down there, and then by the end of, I want to say like, mid-July, basically like before All-Star break, he kind of took off. Finished the season with like 24 home runs. He's playing third, even though that's not his natural position. His natural position is first base.
Okay.
So he's playing third. He took that role.
So how is he doing with his accuracy throwing from third to first?
He's doing good. Like there's plays where I see him make it that is just like, okay, this was a hard play, but you still were able to make it. The only thing is he's not quick on his feet, which makes it more difficult for him to he makes it hard on himself because he's not that quick on his feet to react quickly.
Sort of like Jazz for the Yankees. When Jazz catches it, he just launches it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a stride,
Exactly. He doesn't have that stride because, again, it's not his natural position.
Gotcha.
But he is able to make the throws. And Peter Alonso, he's like the best one of the best, I want to say like top 3 defensive first baseman.
Right.
Like he doesn't let the ball go out. So like he covers a lot of his slack.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's why it's like, oh, this was a terrible throw, but Peter Alonso was able to make the catch, so it's all good.
Right. Speaking of which, speaking on the series as well, the Dodgers went, I believe, 36 innings without allowing a score, continuing from the Padres series into this series until they gave up the grand slam yesterday's game.
Yes.
That is pretty impressive. You got to clap that up for the Dodgers.
Clap that up. And when they gave up the reason why they gave up the grand slam is because Dave Roberts walked to Lindor, which, give or take, he just homered earlier in the game.
Gotcha.
So you don't want to put him in this position. Yeah, he homered and put the Mets on the board.
Yeah.
He put the Mets on the board. They were up like 1-0. And so you're not going to take your chances again at him homering in again.
Right.
So you walk him, and then they asked Mark after the game, like, how did he feel that they intentionally walked Lindor to face him with 2 outs, and he was like, "I took it personal. Like I'm Michael Jordan, like I took
Gotcha.
it personal." And
Okay.
that's literally what he said, and I was like, "Yes, I like this energy." And I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie to you, I was nervous game one because I had shut it off. Like
Yeah, because
we were losing
they lost
6-0.
what, 9? They lost 9 to
Yeah, they
nothing, right?
lost 9-0, and it was just bad. And Otani looked like unstoppable. He went 2 for 3. Mookie Betts
Right.
got a double. Like it was just all. And Freddie
How,
Freeman got a
yeah, I was
random
gonna say
double.
how's Freddie Freeman been playing on that ankle?
He's playing with a bad ankle. Like he can't run, but he can still
Gotcha.
hit.
Okay.
So they still have him in the lineup. Uh, so
So he's kind of like a
he's still
decoy
there.
then, correct?
Yeah, but he's just there for like if there's a man on second or second and first, we need a hit. He's gonna get the hit. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
that's kind of why they keep him here. And to throw some stats at you, E, game one drew 8.48 million viewers, the
Nice.
most in an opener for the National League Conference Championship
Damn,
opener
fuck
in
that up.
15 years. And it's 119% more than 2023. So more than last year.
Damn. Okay. So I'm talking
So
about. See, this is what you do
so
though when you have two New York teams in both in
that's
both
what I'm saying,
AL
bro.
and
Baseball is
NL.
booming right now. Baseball is booming.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay.
MLB, they doing it right, bro. They got the mics. Everybody's mic'd up.
Right.
They have the storylines lit. Their interviews or their like post games are really good. Like they don't
Right.
really have that many hiccups, to be honest with you. The umpires make bad calls here and there, especially like the first round.
Right.
They were making terrible calls, but that's with anything. But in terms of letting people play and like Cinderella stories and like powerhouse teams, uh, it's what we want. Like we
Yeah.
want,
Yeah.
not to say we don't want low market teams because we do,
Right.
but
Well,
we
you
want the
do more than
main,
me because I like the big
yeah,
market teams, but
yeah, we want a mix of everything. Like we can't
Right.
just have low market teams because it's just not enticing.
Right.
We need a
Right.
mix of high market, low market, a little equilibrium there. And another stat for you, in terms of payroll, Yankees are first, Mets are second,
And the Dodgers are
uh,
third, right?
Dodgers are third, and the Cleveland Indians, oh not Indians, Guardians,
Guardians. Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, their whole team is making 50 like in totality. Their
Mhm.
whole team is worth 50 million. Like that's what their salary is. And Otani is making more than the whole team. Lindor's making like half of that just by himself.
Judge.
Judge is making like 40. Cole is
Yeah.
making like 40. So it's like basically one player, multiple players on the big team,
I'm
they're
making more than
making
the Guardians. Yeah.
more than the Guardians, which is crazy. But that's what I'm saying. Like we like this. Like we like this kind of
Yeah.
equilibrium type of thing.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah.
For sure.
So shout out to the Mets.
Shout out to
I
Mets. Shout out
think
to Dodgers.
we don't know who they play tomorrow night in Citi Field at 8 p.m.
Yep. Or will you be in the
So
building or?
I am not sure. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Maybe not, just because like I don't want to. I don't want to be here so late. I don't want to be here so late. Like I have to go home at like 12.
Game 4 because
Maybe game 4. Yeah, maybe game 4 because Quintana probably pitches that game, so I'll probably go to that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the vibe I'm looking at, and yeah, man.
All right.
I'm a little excited for that.
The
This is
Yankees.
probably my favorite series out of the two. Just to be honest with you, but
Well, yeah, I mean, because going into the Yankee series, the Yankees lead 1-0 against the Cleveland Guardians.
yeah,
They won that. Shout out to Soto and Giancarlo Stanton for hitting 2 big home runs.
yeah.
Proud of them for that. And our bullpen, low key, I didn't know our bullpen's only been giving up, I believe, 1 run per game.
Yeah,
Not-
Our
not
bullpen's been
all-
on fire.
Not the RBIs,
Right,
but
because-
I'm talking about like the home runs. We only giving up 1 home run
Yeah.
per game.
Yeah. Which is good. We don't want to
Right,
give
which
up
is
home runs.
which is good.
And
we got
which is our
and
closer.
we got Anthony Rizzo back last night. So
Yes. Anthony was gonna play first yesterday. and he's gonna play first again
tonight.
uh, tonight. So I like Rizzo because he could draw. Like, see, Rizzo, if I need him to get a hit, I don't know at this stage if he's gonna get me a hit. But
Right.
I know he can get me a walk though.
Right.
Like,
Right.
cause he'll get it. Like, he'll get hit by a pitch. He don't really care. He'll like draw the walk. And I don't know what Cleveland was thinking because they brought in a rookie pitcher who's
Oh,
never been in
as
this
the
position
starter?
ever. No, he was the reliever.
Oh, he was the reliever. Okay.
He was the one that gave up the walk, and then I
Yeah,
think he
yeah,
gave
yeah.
up. And then after that, the bases were loaded, and then after that, I think he's
Is
the
he
one
the
that
one
gave up
that gave up the two
the
wild
wild
pitches?
pitches. Yeah, he was the
Okay,
one. He was
okay.
the one.
Yo, shout out to him.
So,
Clap it up in because he helped us out last year with that. Clap it up in, man.
like,
I
I just feel
appreciate
bad
you.
for the kid. I feel bad for the kid though. Like, you just know.
I don't care. That's like a work. I'll take it every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stan passed
The
Babe Ruth
the
as one
lights
of, I
were too
think
bright, bro.
one of the productive Yankees because he passed Babe Ruth in the statistical home run playoff hits
Oh, really? I didn't
with
know
that
that.
home run that he got.
With the homer?
Yeah, he passed Babe Ruth with that. So congratulations to him with that. Soto hit, like I said, Soto hit a home run. Our defense was solid. We kind of
I think
got a
Stan's
little.
realizing that this is probably the only shot he has to win a championship.
Yeah, and for Soto too, because Soto's not gonna get re-signed unfortunately with the Yankees to me after the season.
Well, we don't know that for sure. If he wins the ring, I think they're gonna resign.
Listen. I know they have Jazz under contract, so he's not going anywhere. But you gotta re-sign Soto
Yeah, they got him for like a year.
because if you're gonna lose, like let's just say Sam retires after this run, you're gonna need another big hitter, and that's gonna be Soto.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you do have Dixon Dominguez in the bullpen.
I'm hoping one of these
in the
closeout
bench.
games, Judge just shows up because he's been very quiet.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We've been winning the games without judging anything, which is
Right.
alarming, but it's a good sign that we don't rely on Judge like we used to back in 2016,
Right, back in those games
2017.
against the Astros and whatnot, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I just like that he just still being aggressive because even on the hits that they're out, they're like hard hits. Like he's
Yeah.
making contact, it's just not going his way. And in terms of defensively, he's making the right reads. He's running. He hasn't really messed up there. So I don't have complaints because we keep winning.
Yeah. I agree with that.
For me, it's like if we gonna win like this, and Judge is not like I'd rather Judge not do anything now and then show up for the World Series.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
So at that point, you know what I mean? So,
Please. Also, one last
and
shout
it
out to
validates Soto more because if Judge does more, then they're gonna be like, oh, Soto didn't really do much.
Right.
So
I was gonna say, shout out to Weaver last night who got 5 straight outs because they brought him at the bottom of the they brought him at the top of the 8th, and he had to get 5 more outs, and I was very impressed with his pitching. Because that's something you would do it like Mariano. We had Mariano back in the day.
Yeah,
bring him in for 5 hours.
I like that he gets like excited. He's like every time you like close out inning, he's like screaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he shows the emotion.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
but I'm liking it. We got
shout
Cole
out to him.
We got Cole tonight.
We got
pitching.
Cole tonight. Hopefully it goes well. He doesn't mess up.
Yeah,
but
please.
I feel like Cole does better on the road. To be honest with you, Cole does a lot better on the road.
Which, if he pitches tonight, would we get him back for game 4 or game 5?
He would probably be game 5.
Okay.
Game 5 to shut it out, or he would be on game 6 if it goes to game 6.
If it goes to game 6, okay.
Like if they lose and it's automatic game 6, he's gonna go game 6 no matter what.
Got it. Okay, but if they win, they might bring him in.
If they win, they might not even use him, honestly. They might go with like Rodon or they probably go with like Rodon game 5. It just depends on if Cleveland is able to squeeze one tonight.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, because if you go to Cleveland 2-0, you thinking automatic sweep, or at least a split.
Yeah, or at least in 5. At least in 5. Yeah.
As I'm saying, you split, and then you be like, all right, we need Cole, we need you to shut this down. Like, let's just go to work. But then like that's what you playing chess at that point because it's like okay, if you use Cole in game 5, you may or may not have him for game 1.
7. Oh, game 1 of the
Game 1 of World Series.
series.
So
Yeah.
you probably gonna have him game 2.
Right. Which
Uh,
I'm
but
not
this
mad
is
at.
why I think
Which
they called up. I think they called Stroman. I think they might just give the nod to Stroman. I'm like, all right, Stroman, here's your game. Win this game, and like, let's go to World Series.
okay,
You know
got
what I
it.
mean? So yeah, because Stroman's in the roster now.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So
That makes sense.
yeah,
All right.
and back to the Mets really quickly. The way they shut this game down, the way they closed it was nerve-wracking. Because Diaz, Diaz always gives us a heart attack in the bottom of the ninth. He walked Otani, which we know, but then he struck out Mookie Betts, he struck
Right.
out Hernandez, and then he struck out Freddie Freeman back to back. And he struck out the side, but the
Yeah.
the
Okay.
top
Got
of the
you.
order, he struck 2, 3, and 4 hitters,
4.
and then the
Right.
game's over. Like,
Right.
why did you go to that length? If you didn't have to do all that, but okay, that's my little
Right.
rant. Like, you just get the outs. He just stresses me out. So okay,
I see what you're saying.
yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's the recap of baseball.
Alrighty. Let's get into some NFL real quick. We had the Bears versus the Jaguars in London. Caleb Williams threw for 226 yards, 4 touchdowns on a pick. Trevor Lawrence threw for 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. They won that game 35-16. Shout out to the Bears. Caleb is looking real good in that offense. He's looking like he's trying to figure it out. He did some dots to Keenan Allen. And he's starting to just eat. You can see week by week they're getting comfortable.
Yeah.
They're still struggling to me on
Which-
offense, but his confidence with the team is starting to build.
How is did he hit DJ Moore at all?
I think he tried to, but it got picked off. That's when he threw the pick, because he just threw it like way too late.
Okay. Because that's the one that is just like if you unlock DJ Moore, and you
Yeah.
have Keenan Allen on the other side, you become dangerous.
Right.
But I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, but the defense is still looking
Right.
good. I don't know what's going on with the Jaguars. They're looking really bad. One of the players said that there's no fight on the team. Like, no player is really demanding a confident, pep talk or like a confident,
Yeah.
yo, guys, we got this. We can
Isn't
rally.
isn't Doug Peterson the coach?
Yeah, he is. He's on the hot seat because if they lose one more game, he's going to get
Yeah,
fired.
he out.
He's out.
I think it's coaching, to be honest with you, because it's like it's gonna
And
suck. But Trevor Lawrence
part
gonna
of it
have
too,
another
I
coach.
think too is Trevor Lawrence is just not that good of a coordinator. Well, not that elite.
No, he's good because we've seen flashes of him being good. I think it's literally coaching. Like if you get the right coach on the Trevor Lawrence, that's like fits his style and like kind of like pushes him to like do better and do all these jazz.
Right.
I think you can unlock another level of Trevor Lawrence. At least, CJ Stroud type of numbers where like, he's doing not MVP level, but like better than average. You know what I mean?
Sure.
At least Sam Darnold vibe. Think
Okay.
Sam Darnold, but like a little better.
Okay,
Like,
I
in
can
terms of, like,
agree with that. I
consistency.
can agree with that.
But yeah, I think it's really coaching. I don't know who that is. I don't like in my brain. Cause like my first thought is like Bill Belichick, but Bill would probably not come back for Jaguars.
Bill's gonna take that Cowboy job in Dallas.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's not gonna take that Jaguars job. I mean,
Right.
hey, you may or may not have to give a shot or
And
like
I
find
don't know.
a young coach,
So the other
or something.
speaking of the Jaguars, I don't know if Tom Coughlin is still the GM in Jacksonville, because I know those two would never work together. As much as they respect each other, remember Tom Coughlin beat him twice in the Super Bowl with Eli Manning, so it's a little tension there. I don't know if it's I don't know if Bill has ever let that go yet.
Yeah.
But-
Or just go completely new, like find a coach that we've never really heard of.
Right.
That's like coming out of college. That's like
right.
has a type of vibe. So.
Yeah, but this was a big win for the Bears because they're going to a bye for week 7, so they won't compete again until week 8. They're 4-2, which is good. And I'm liking the
Okay.
way, like I said, that they're at. The Jacksonville Jaguars are gonna stay in London for this or next Sunday's matchup against the Patriots. So we'll see how they. Let's see if they can bounce back, because that's another weak team that's 1-5. They have the same record as them, so we'll see if they can bounce back. The second game we
I
have.
like, I like, I
Yeah.
like the bunch of. There's been like 2 London games already. I think it's
Wait, say it again. You
they're
talking
trying to
about
do. There've been 2 London games, which I think is fire. I think last year we only had like 2,
right? So now,
like in
this would
total.
be 3, because we had who was out there London? Oh, the Jets versus the Vikings.
We had the Jets, Vikings,
We had the
and then we
Bears,
had one
Jaguars, and then now we're gonna have the Jaguars versus the Patriots.
Jaguars versus the Patriots. I think
So
every year they try to get at least a little bit more, you know.
yeah, for sure. The second game we had was the Lions versus the Cowboys. The Lions destroyed the Cowboys 47-9. Goff had 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dak had a terrible game. He had 2 interceptions. They looked lost out there. Talking about the Cowboys. The Cowboys just looked completely lost. They had 5 turnovers.
And I picked them to win, bro. I picked them to win. I remember that.
Yeah.
I was a little mad about that.
They're not. I mean,
Honestly,
they're 3-3, but they feel like they should be like.
nah, they're done, bro.
I don't see them making the
Cause
playoffs.
like, you don't have Micah, you don't have Lawrence.
And their defense is terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Even
Like,
if
the
you had
defense is
these
giving up way
players
too many
available,
yards.
even if you had these players available, you would probably still give up the similar amount of yards.
Right. And points. Well, this one you can tell by Dan Campbell's attitude. This one was a little bit more personal, because I forgot week 13 of last year's game, they had that bad call on that eligible player. They had a lineman that was eligible, but the refs didn't consider it to be eligible, and the Cowboys won that game, I think 24-17 or something. So this was very personal for the Lions. They had to make a statement, and they basically just said, we don't respect you as a Cowboys organization or the fan base.
They scored. They blew them out, and they suck at home. This is the first time I've seen like a home team stuck at home. Like literally, like they're better on the road, which is weird to me.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say. Like, you gave Dak this money because he had all the leverage.
Right. Because he did. He definitely did.
Because to me, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna go. If I really wanted to make some noise, I would have traded Dak or done something. It's like, all right, I'm gonna trade Dak, get what I can get for him, and then try to go for a first round pick.
I heard and you're right, they could have done that, but I heard that if they had traded him, they would have to pay like $40 million.
You're paying him 60, so you're actually saving like
20 million. Yeah, true. Good point.
So, and it's only for a year.
Yeah, either way, you were gonna have to bite the bullet on that.
You have to pay him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You rather pay him out the rest of the year, 40 mil for against
right. Then pay him 60 million.
Then pay him 60 for the next 4 or whatever he signed for.
Yeah.
But listen, it's just like you did this yourself with Jerry Jones. You signed them way too late, which limits your cap space.
Right.
Instead of signing them early in the offseason, that way you know where your cap space is at.
Right.
You're not in a position to trade for nobody because you have, unless you want to trade Michael, which I keep hearing around. Which, if you do that, then you're definitely done.
Pretty much they now have no leverage to keep Michael because you just re-signed CeeDee Lamb and Dak in the same offseason, and you gave them mad money. So you're not gonna have any leverage to sign Micah. Not only that, speaking of Jerry Jones, he went off on a radio host this morning for questioning his offseason moves when he was saying we're all in on the offseason moves. He was like, well, based on what we've seen on the field, no, you haven't been. And he was questioning his leadership as an owner and a GM. And Jerry Jones didn't like it. He had a tissy fit.
You can't be both. You can't be the owner and the GM. Now, granted, you could do like Mark Cuban, where he was the owner, well, still sort of the owner of the Mavericks.
The part-time owner.
Every decision went through him. It's not like they're like asking him.
Right.
It's not like they're like, it's not like he's making the final decision, but they're like advising him, like, hey, we're about to make a decision. Like, what do you think?
Right.
And
Right.
then he would like, okay, it. But even if you said no, like he said it on podcast, where it's like, I didn't agree with certain situations, but they already did the research and the work, and then the move was already been made. So like in that position, I have to respect it. So it's like
Yeah.
when you're the owner and when you're the GM. Now there's been moments where he has made like a more decisive move that is just like nobody really saw coming. Uh, but it's just like he doesn't really get involved in that. So it's just like he does because they tell him what is up because it's his team, but he's not like not every time they say so goes to him. And I feel
Listen,
like Jerry,
Jerry's
you gotta let
delusional.
it go, bro. You gotta let it go.
Jerry's delusional.
Gotta let it
And
go.
here's the thing about the whole Bill Belichick rumor.
Like literally, the reason why people watch the Cowboys is because of the cheerleaders, not even because of the team. Which I love the cheerleaders. I love it. Like that show on Netflix saved my summer. That's how
um,
good it worked.
you know they don't get paid a lot of money.
I know. I know.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, speaking of the Cowboys, the problem with the Bill Belichick move is Bill's gonna want that GM spot. He's gonna want to be the GM and the owner.
And I don't
And I
think
don't
he should
know.
because he's a bad GM too.
Yeah,
You
but
can't coach and be the GM,
it's
bro.
his
You
power
cannot coach
dynamic.
and be the GM.
Now, granted, I do think though he will be a better GM than Jerry Jones.
No, I think they'd be equal.
You think they'll be equal?
Because they will get a random from like a third division college to be the starter, and then he's like, oh no, this guy is really really great, and the guy sucks.
Right.
Like that's what the last few years
Well, I mean,
of
he before he had a bad record after Tom Brady left, he did have a great coaching draft record with the New England Patriots when
well, no,
Tom
that's
was there.
because Tom Brady made everybody look better because they
True,
won.
true, good point. Good point.
Like if the defense gave up 20 points at the time, Tom Brady would score 30, and it'd be like, all right, like we scored 30, so we won.
Right,
But their
that's true.
defense is not that good. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Like
And
I
then there'll
watched
be
way too
and then there'll
many
be times where
Patriots
both the
docs to
defense was
know.
good and the offense was good.
That was rare. That was rare. It was just like they molded into like being. It's like the Kansas City Chiefs effect. Like they molded, like they sucked in the beginning, low key, but the offense covered it for them the first few
Right,
years until they got better, and then their defense got like elite
right,
because they
right.
like matured into it instead of the defense is already elite because of I drafted correctly,
Yeah,
and then the offense is
and what
you know what I mean?
we're talking about when Tom Brady was in his prime. I'm not talking about those early
Yes,
years
yes, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
when they
not
won
talking
the
about the
three
early.
peat.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
we're talking about the
prime Tom Brady. Yeah.
2010 to now. We're talking about 2010
Yes,
to
yes,
now
yes,
when he
yes,
was in
yes,
his prime. Yeah.
yes.
All right. So the last game we had was the Monday night game, Bills versus Jets. Bills won that 23-20. Josh Allen threw for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers threw for 294, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He threw a Hail Mary before the
Yeah, I saw
halftime.
that. That was
He
crazy.
became the
When he threw that, I thought we were gonna win. I
uh,
was so confident. I
he
was like, okay,
became
we got
the
this.
only quarterback to have 4 successful Hail Mary
Oh
completions in
damn,
NFL history. So clap that up for him because
that's
that's
crazy.
very impressive.
That's the, that's the only good thing of the Jets season right now. Oh,
There
and
was
the
a
fact
lot.
they got Davante Adams.
Yeah, there was a lot of missed field goals for the Jets and for the Bills,
Yeah,
and a
they
lot of
missed two.
penalties on both ends. I know a lot of fans was disappointed in the game as a whole because of the penalties and because of the missed kicks. I just think the Bills ran circles around that Jets defense, and the Jets couldn't. Well, the Jets tried to recover as much as they possibly could, but it was just too. It was too little, too late. And
Yeah,
that game winning interception from the Bills was critical on the Jets losing.
yeah, because you can't throw that pick.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers played bad because even earlier when I was saying that Joe Burrow wasn't doing enough and he was
Hmm.
throwing 300 yards and scoring 3 touchdowns, Aaron Rodgers is clearly not doing enough.
Right. Right.
So I mean, things may change if you have, because I keep seeing on television that people are saying that it's not gonna matter that they have Davante Adams, but trust me, he's gonna take off a lot of pressure. Like
Yeah, but they
a
still have
lot of pressure
issues.
off.
They still have
I know.
issues.
But in terms of like coverage pressure, it's gonna
Right.
be a lot. Like you're not gonna blitz as much because they're gonna like have a man on, like two men on Devontae at all times. You know what I mean? And they're not gonna play as much. So that may take off
And
pressure
it,
from the
and it
offensive
will
line.
open up the field for Garrett Wilson.
Yes, and Hall better run better than freaking 2 yards at a time.
Right.
So in terms of offensive flow, it may be better. Um, like for like the schemes of things, like even as a decoy, you know. But in terms of defense, I feel like they should get Reddick done. Like they still haven't got Reddick done, and I feel like that's hurting them more than they think it is.
Yeah.
But hey, the Jets still kind of have a slim shot of
So
making the playoffs.
real
I think.
quick with before I go in on Aaron Rodgers' press conference after the game. What is the situation with Reddick? Is it that he doesn't want to play for the Jets and he wants to go back to Philly?
What I read on Adam Schester's Instagram the other day, because he put up a post, he was
About
saying
the Reddick
how it was the agents. The agents were haggling, like they've prolonged it way too long. Like even he's
Okay.
frustrated, so he fired his agents, and then he got a new set of agents who are currently talking with the Jets to kind of get this closed ASAP. Even if
Okay.
I think what might happen is he might uh, he might do a Chris Jones situation
Sign a
where like
1 year
he'll
deal
sign for a 1 year deal, hope
and
for
then
the
play out
best,
and then
and
try to
then
get
just pray
try
it
to get a
out.
max
Yeah,
contract.
and try to get him a max, even if it's with the Jets or somebody else.
Got it. Okay.
Uh,
That makes
but
sense.
I think the Jets, especially after this trade, you want Reddick on your team ASAP.
Yeah,
Like
for
the
defense.
defense is
Yeah.
already good. Like
Right.
even if you think about it,
But
like
it
the
would
Jets
it would
haven't
make them
given
it
up
would make
much
them better.
points.
Yeah.
The Jets have not given up a lot of points,
No,
so
they haven't because
it would make them a little.
I didn't know that they don't allow fourth quarter touchdowns.
No,
They
the
don't allow
Bills
no
scored
fourth.
3 points.
Yeah, they only
3 points.
yeah.
Like the
So
defense is not bad, and we knew that. So, uh, you know, do a testament to Robert Sala, who's not there no more. And I
right,
think, even with this new guy, like offensive, like they downgraded Hackett, which is your guy.
right,
Like it looked the same. Like it was week to week. Like you're not gonna re-ramp it in a week. Like it's
right.
not happening. So,
Absolutely, absolutely.
Devontae already, like Devontae's IQ is off the charts. So
Yeah, their
he's
connection,
gonna
their
do a good
connection's gonna be
job.
super deep. Like
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be like, yo, remember this play that we did in Green Bay?
run
This
that
little
right
stick
now.
wide. Let's
Yeah,
run that.
yeah,
And
yeah. Let's run
he'll
that.
be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, remember. And then like, they're gonna run that play and they're gonna score. You know what I mean?
Now,
That's what I mean. So
what I don't like is that Aaron Rodgers, after the game, threw Mike Williams under the bus for not running the right route.
he's not gonna get no more playing time.
I know. Everybody's
Like
saying
he's
that.
not gonna get no more playing
Everybody's,
time. Which is
everybody's saying
messed
that.
up. It's messed up.
But here's the thing. I don't have a problem with you being mad at a wide receiver. I have a problem with you publicly embarrassing him though in front of the media. Do that in private.
Aaron Rodgers does that all the time. Like when
I know,
Davante
but
left
that's a
him,
problem with Aaron Rodgers. That's the problem that we all are having with Aaron Rodgers now. You're becoming a public dramatic diva in public
A drama queen.
where 70% of your elite quarterbacks will address that in private in film room or on the field at practice. Yo, you ran the wrong route last night. This is why, which forced me to throw into the interception in the clutch. Where were you going with that? You knew the play because I said X, Y, double, circle, whatever the scheme is, and you messed it up. I said double X, Y, triple X, Y, Z, orange. Whatever the heck that route is, you were supposed to run it. But I was just saying, because now it makes it look, because along with him cursing out Mike Williams, then like 5 minutes later, the trade went through for Davante Adams. So it looks like, damn.
And
I cursed him out, and then I get Davante Adams.
15 minutes after they announced the trade, Davante Adams was already in the building. Like he knew.
Right.
That was funny as well.
And now the rumor is that they're gonna trade Mike Williams because now he's either gonna go further down the depth chart or they're gonna trade him out of New York.
I mean, yeah, because they traded Harmon to Kansas City. Hopefully, they trade Williams to Kansas City.
Oh, that'd be great. Patrick
That'd
Mahomes
be great.
Use that.
So Patrick Mahomes will use him correctly. So yeah, I mean, it's either he's gonna get some reps just because they're paying him money and he gotta get some reps, or they're just gonna put him to the depth chart.
Yeah.
Which I think they shouldn't because he's been productive. Like he's been a lot more productive than Lazard.
But he trusts Lazard more than Mike Williams.
I know. And then like the and the tight end, the Kirkland, the Kirkland's gonna go in there, Wilson's gonna go in there.
Yeah.
So they'll figure it out. Like it's a good problem to have.
For sure.
But I'm excited for the Jets. Hopefully this turns the season around. You didn't give up much, basically a 3rd-round pick for now. Which is like at that point, if you want to flip him again, you can just get another 3rd rounder. So.
Right, which they won't do because Aaron Rodgers really needs him.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying like at the end of the season, if you want to just blow it up, just get another.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, we get another doc with Davante in it. Which
and you talking about with Netflix?
Yeah, because he's like, he was the most coolest guy in there to me. So now you're in New York. You got more lights on you instead of Vegas.
Right.
Man, so now low-key, I gotta go watch the Jets game, bro. We gotta go to one of these Jets games. The Stars are coming to New York, bro.
All right, let me get into these NFL news real quick. Aidan Hutchinson is out for the season. He broke his fibula and his tibia for the Detroit Lions in that Cowboys game. I could hear his leg kind of snap. I didn't see the play, but I can hear it on the screen. He'll be out for the season. So now with that, I think Detroit has now 2 weeks to get on the phone and either trade for Max Crosby out of Las Vegas because they're also tanking.
Yeah.
Or you can trade for Myles Garrett out of Cleveland.
Oh yeah,
because they're also tanking because they're not going nowhere either. So
either or, I would pick Max.
I would too, but I do like Myles Garrett. He is a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, but I'm saying Max fits the culture.
Got it. Of Detroit,
He's one of those where like he's grouchy, he'll scream at people.
Yeah.
Like they do that in Detroit.
Right.
And so like he's gritty. Not to say Myles Garrett's not, but he's just more conservative. He just does his job, type of thing.
Right.
We don't really hear, like in terms of him having a personality on the field, he doesn't really have one.
Yeah.
He just does his job. So
that's true.
If you ask me, go get Max, and it'd probably be a little cheaper.
For Max over Myles Garrett?
Max over Myles Garrett, hell yeah, because Myles Garrett has multiple defensive players of the year.
Right. So
in terms of salary, I think Myles getting paid a little bit more than Max.
Right.
So that would be my pick if they do that.
Yeah.
But shout out to him. I think he did get surgery on it right away.
Yeah. It was successful, but it's gonna just be a long recovery. They don't really have the timeline for when he'll be back. But it was just a deficit because
he's young, bro.
Hutchinson is their Chris Jones for the Detroit Lions.
That's what I'm saying. He's young. He's from Detroit. Like he grew up a Detroit fan.
Right.
Like he was part of the Cinderella story last year.
Right.
So it's one of those things that it hurts, bro. It hurts that he's not gonna be there, but he's gonna be there in the spirit. He's probably gonna be in the meetings.
Yeah.
All that.
He'll be at a few of the games once he fully recovers.
Yeah, once he's like on crutches or something, like he'll be a part of it. Just not playing. So if they go far.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. We'll keep you guys posted on what happens because I definitely think the Lions will make a trade now.
Yeah. Is Christian McCaffrey back?
No, he's not back. He's not coming back until November.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's not coming back until November. Are you ready for the Week 7 predictions?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. What's the first game we have? Okay, first game we have is Broncos versus Saints. I'm gonna take the Broncos.
The
By
Broncos
the way,
win or
the
lose?
Saints record is 2-4, and the Broncos is 3-3. They're at New Orleans.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Broncos.
Okay. So both take the Broncos.
Yeah, like the Saints put up points against Tampa, but then they got blown out. It was weird.
Yeah, they did real quick. Next game we have is at London, Patriots versus Jaguars. I'm gonna take the Jags. They're both 1-5. They both
I'm gonna
suck.
take the Patriots.
You gonna take the Patriots?
I mean, they both suck, but I can't pick the Jaguars again.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Eagles versus Giants. I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Eagles.
All right. Seahawks versus Falcons. I'm gonna take the Falcons.
Yes, me too.
Titans versus Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna take the Bills because they just
Bills.
traded from our.
They just traded Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper. Bengals versus the Browns. I'm gonna take the Bengals. Texans versus Green Bay at Green Bay. I'm going to take the Texans. Dolphins.
Wait, this one's hard, bro.
Dolphins at the Colts.
No, I may have to switch my previous pick because they're both hot right now. Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna switch my earlier pick. I'm gonna go with Green Bay, bro.
All right, so he's gonna go with Green Bay. I'm going with the Texans
because they're in Green Bay. That's it.
Okay. Dolphins versus Colts. I'm gonna take the
Colts.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts too, cause I had to really think about that. I'm gonna take the Colts as well. Lions versus Minnesota Vikings.
Oh. The Vikings don't shoot, right? They had a bye.
Minnesota did have a bye. If Hutchinson didn't get hurt, I probably would take the Lions, but I'm gonna take the Vikings.
They did score a lot of points. The defense. You know what? I'm gonna take the Lions.
All right, Freddie's going with the Lions.
They scored a lot of points.
But that was against one of the bottom defensive teams. That's not Minnesota.
True. All right, you're right. So let me switch my pick then. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. All right. I forgot who they beat up.
Panthers versus Commanders. I'm going with the Commanders.
Commanders, yeah.
Raiders versus Rams. I'm going with the Rams. Am I going with the Rams? Yeah, I'll go
Rams.
with the Rams. I'll go with the Rams. Chiefs versus 49ers. We're both going with the Chiefs. Sunday night, Jets versus Steelers. I'm going with the Jets. And I'm hearing
your boy Russ.
Russ is going to start. I'm hearing Russ to start, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, we don't know yet, but it's like it's rumored that he's going to.
And 2 Monday night games. We have the Ravens versus the Buccaneers. I'm going with the... Let me go with the Ravens because they're on a hot streak. Let me go with the Ravens. I really hope they lose them.
The Bucs are also on a hot streak.
Yeah, who you going with?
Well, they can't stop a cold when they get scored on. So I'm going to go with the Ravens, too.
Okay.
You know, I low-key want them to lose, too.
Nah, say it again?
I low-key want them to lose.
And the last one we have is the Chargers at the Cardinals. I'm going with the Chargers.
Yeah, me too, Chargers. Yeah, we're actually like pretty much the same pick. Because they all make sense.
Yeah, except for 2 games. All right. Those are our Week 7 picks.
I picked the Patriots. And what was the other game?
You picked the Patriots and you picked and the Packers.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Those are Week 7 picks, guys. We'll keep you posted next week. In culture, our girl Glorilla dropped her album. It was called Glorious.
That's a
Yeah,
great
it's
name.
called Glorious.
Glorious. Glorious.
It was really good. I listened to it all weekend. She really dropped the banger with this one. It just has that Memphis gritty vibe, but from like a woman's
The
perspective.
South.
It came out Friday.
I like the features. You got a lot
I do
of
like the features as well. Yeah, she had features of Sexy Red, Lotto, Megan Thee Stallion, Friday, and a few other artists. Oh, T-Pain.
Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite songs, the T-Pain one.
Obviously, my top hits are Thank God It's Friday, Stop Playing. I like the T-Pain track, and I like Let Her Cook. That one's a great song. Gotta listen to it.
I like the T-Pain one. I like the Friday song. I even like the Lotto song.
Yeah, the Lotto song.
I like Lotto. I like Lotto a lot.
Yeah. Even though I don't think she can
and,
rap that well,
yeah.
but that's just me.
Yeah. But she's just nice.
Yeah. But nah, I like it. Who I am expecting to drop soon though, because she needs to drop, is Cardi B with her second album. You know, it's been almost 7 years in between now and her last album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now with the whole like Offset.
Yeah, the whole Upset situation. Yeah.
Situation. Which that situation itself is so
For sure.
it's so juicy.
Sure. Real quick, I didn't mean to detour. Let me congratulate Glorilla on her album. She did a great job. I'm proud of her.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I'll rate it a good solid 8 out of 10. Good solid 8 out of 10. I like most of the tracks off the album, and I can replay it over and over again. And it's not that long. I don't feel like it's that like dragging hour long, process.
Yeah. Yeah, I give it like a 7.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like that type of music in terms of like the South kind of grungy,
right.
It's not gonna fit.
That's another thing too. Because I know her personality and I know where she's from, it kind of helped me understand the process of listening to this album.
Right.
But it's crazy because people from the South think we have an accent and they can't understand why the way we talk. But it's like, y'all definitely have an accent. I can hear it.
You guys definitely, facts. I can hear it through as soon as you speak.
And it's crazy because people from the South, they think they talk normal, but when they hear us, it's like, what's up with the accent? It's like, we don't have an accent. Y'all have an accent.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's like tomato.
Exactly.
So,
That's it, guys. We're done. Have a great weekend. Go. Who plays tonight? Oh, sorry. Go Yankees at 7:30.
Let's go Yankees. Let's go
Yankees. Go up 2-0. Wrap this boys up. We're rooting for the Mets tomorrow and the day after that.
Yes, sir.
And
we hopefully we get this Subway Series World Series.
Yes, for sure.
I will legit go to every game. I don't know how, but I will be in the building every single game.
Of the
Subway Series World
Subway Series if it happens. All right. Well, I'll be to half of those. If you end up at 5 and I end up at 2 of them or something, we'll figure it out. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for when we upload new episodes. This is Disabled Podcast where we talk about music, sports, and culture. Have a great weekend, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands